Welcome to the first video in the build of the Ranger CNC. So if you're not familiar with what the Ranger CNC is, you're going to want to watch this video. Hopefully it's here or right here. I don't know. It's YouTube. Anyway, basically what the Ranger CNC is, it's a DIY plywood CNC kit. When you buy the kit from me, then you're going to get the bunch of parts, and you're also going to get the plans to build either a 4-foot by 2-foot machine, a 4-foot by 4-foot machine, or a 4-foot by 5-foot machine. You don't have to make up your mind right away which one you want to build, because you get all the plans with it. So for all three. What you do need to know initially when you are ordering your parts kit from me is what router or spindle that you want to use. You can either use the 65 millimeter, which is usually the Makita router. You can use an 80 millimeter, which is usually the water-cooled or air-cooled spindle. A 3.5-inch router mount, which is the big fat routers like the Porter Cable 690, I believe it is. Or the 3.25 router mount, which is like the Metabo Hitachi style routers. So that's all you really need to know. There'll be a link down in the description for the Ranger CNC, and you can go purchase it through that link. In this first video, we're going to be assembling the table portion of the Ranger CNC. So I am building in this series the 4-foot by 5-foot deep machine. And I'll try to point out any differences for the other machines along the way. The things that you're going to need are going to be 2 sheets of 3/4-inch plywood. I use the Radian pine, whatever it is. It's not the CDX pine from Home Depot. But it's not the birch pine. It's like in the middle there. It's a good compromise in quality and lack of voids. There's not very many voids in that one. So that's the one that I chose for my table. You're not going to use quite all of the 2 sheets, but you can't get it out of 1 sheet. It's just not possible. So let me show you the parts that you're going to be using to build the table. All right, so on the table, let's get this out of the way first. The parts for the table, you have to cut them yourself. So you can, if you happen to have a CNC available that can cut it, wonderful. But if you don't, completely understandable, and that's why you're here, because you want to build a cost-effective CNC. In the plans are all the dimensions for this, okay? This is one of the table legs here. There we go. What I would suggest, if you do not have this being cut out by a CNC, this curve here, forget the curve. Just go straight from here to here. It makes a lot more sense that way. This is just a little more fancy. All right, so here are the components for the table base itself. So you're going to have 4 of the tall legs, which are the front and back facing legs. You're going to have 4 of these shorter ones, which are going to be the side facing legs. You're going to have 4 of these upper braces. They're going to fit into these slots up here. And you're going to have 8 of the lower braces, which will go into the holes down here at the bottom. Then you're going to have 2 front and back pieces and 2 of the sides. Okay, before we go any further, I already know somebody just lost their mind because they saw box joints on the table legs and on the top pieces that go around the border. Just relax. Cut them out with a jigsaw. Cut them out with a router and a template. Have a beaver eat it. It's okay. It's not super mission critical. Especially the stuff at the top up here, like on the sides here. A lot of that's going to be covered up, in later pieces. So don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. Okay, so now that we have the wood pieces, we need the hardware. You're going to need 32 sets of these. This is a 1/4-20 2-inch long carriage bolt, a lock nut, and a fender washer. So you're going to need 32 of each of those. The other thing that you're going to need is this. This is going to be your leveling feet. The links to this are going to be in with all the plans and all that good stuff. So good fat leveling feet, and doing the lower brace here in a second, you'll understand why they are what they are when you look at how big this is. Now, what I would suggest to do, first thing after you've gotten all the wood pieces cut out and you've got all your hardware parts handy, is go ahead and sand everything. Even do a test fit to the legs and such like that, just to make sure everything is fitting okay. Then, if you're going to put finish on them, if you're going to paint them or whatever, go ahead and do that before you continue to assemble them. Now, with these lower leg braces here, if you're going to paint them or whatever, don't do one side so that you can glue them together, which is what we are going to do next. We're going to glue them together as one piece here like this, and then we're going to take our big giant T-nut and we're going to put it in there and mount it. So we need to do that 4 times. Also, if you're going to paint, make sure that you don't paint the parts that are going to go into the slots, because you're going to make them even thicker. So just trying to help you out. Okay, so you can see here I've got the lower pieces all glued together, and now I have glued them into the one piece of the leg, and also put the upper brace in as well. So I have them paired up together with matching ones that fit well, and then we'll... Okay, now we've got all of our legs all glued up. So you can see it's got the upper brace here, lower brace down there, and it's all together. Big thing to check before everything is dry, that you have 2 set up this way and 2 set up this way, so that you have enough for all 4 corners. Because the last thing you want to do is glue it all up and then you have 3 of one and 1 of the other. So you need 2 and 2. So let's grab the front piece here, start putting it together. 2, 1. That's it. Okay, so this is going to be our front piece here. Notice the slot for the 2x4 that goes here, and you have a short side and a long side. When you're looking at the machine from the front, you want the short side to be on the left, which is my right. So we're going to go here, and we're going to temporarily put a bolt through there, and we'll put one in there, and we'll do the same thing over here. Just to get it on some stable ground. There we go. Okay. Then on the back side, we're going to put a flat washer on each of those and a nut, lock nut. For the moment, I'm just going to put the lock nut on the back until it grabs, and we'll tighten it all down here in a couple minutes once we've got the rest of the frame attached. We're going to repeat the same process for the back facing ones. I find it's easier to assemble the front and back and then add the sides. All right, then once you have the fronts on, you can start with the sides. Now, one, make sure, at least if you're doing the 5x4, that the small little cutout here, the last cutout, is towards the back on both sides. This is going to be the front of this table. That will keep all the cross supports in the right spot. Now you may ask yourself, Ryan, why are you only putting 2 of the carriage bolts in each of them as you're getting it to this point? Well, it's a whole lot easier with just 2 in it to move it around and make the adjustments to get the other holes in there if you're doing this thing by yourself. So just makes it a lot easier. Now that it's a standing structure, you can go ahead and put in the other bolts and go ahead and start cinching everything down and tightening it all down. It'll all fall right into place. And I'll come back with that. All right, now we have everything cinched down and it's ready to go. It is ridiculously sturdy. I mean, it is not going to move once everything is built in on top of here. So that's going to be it for this first video on the table. The next video is going to be on the table skeleton for the workpiece. So that will be the next video, which will be picking up right after this one's over. So thanks for watching. If you like this content, please like and subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. And Ranger CNC rangercnc.com or ourballarddesigns.com, and both will take you to the right page. So did you notice that there was only 3 carriage bolts in each leg? That's because sometimes Ryan can't count, and he got 24 sets of the carriage bolt and washer, not 32. So tomorrow I have to go get the other 8.